What is going on, everybody? My name is Ciara Lawler. Welcome to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Heroes for Hire podcast. We're back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. Nearly, Sean. Nearly.
There was a stumble, but he recovered.
As always, I'm joined by my partner in crime, Mr. Shaun Mead. Sean, I'm so close to falling and yet still perfection. How do you feel?
Well, I keep putting up all those hurdles in front of your desk before you record, so one of these days you would trip on them. It's just natural, Connor.
To be fair, when we were in the studio together I remember when we used to be allowed to be in the same room together, but when I did those intros, you would be staring me out of it or on your phone. One of the two.
See, if I was on my phone, I was looking up the hilarious bit that I had written earlier.
Oh, so you would say you've written those bits down. All the other times we've introed this show, you've written that stuff down.
I would say they were off the top of my dome, Connor.
I would say it's worse if they weren't, because the quality was... I mean, if that's the things you write down, what do you leave out?
Oh, well, all of the racist ones that you suggest, huh?
Touche. Damn it. So this is Weird News Wednesdays. What do we do here, Sean?
You have spent the week, Connor, gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world, and you are about to read all of those stories to me, a man who has not heard any of the weirdest news stories from around the world.
Yeah.
Because I'm not allowed to look them up, because that's the format of the show.
Yeah, and you don't have the internet.
Don't have the internet. Well, I have dial-up, but I'm busy playing RuneScape at the same time.
I'm downloading a picture. It's going to take next week. Then I'll see.
It's going to be next week, and I'll have a virus on my computer.
I've got this new website called LimeWire. Anyone else heard of it? It seems pretty good.
I had FrostWire when I was a teen as well.
What's FrostWire?
FrostWire is essentially LimeWire, but somehow more viruses.
Somehow. They were like, what if we made it worse? What if we fucked them up even more?
Just riddled his computer with viruses, like human viruses on his computer.
Oh no, my computer has chlamydia! Shit! Not again!
Oh, I'll get the cream.
So also, we wanted to start off this week, two things. One, currently there is a storm happening in Ireland. Who could have predicted that? So if you do hear rain at some points, that is because the winds and the rain have decided that because somehow we live in a very cold place, that now we will be bombarded with such things.
That's true. I think a higher power has deemed it that we have wronged the world by producing this podcast for as long as we have. So,
oh, not just all Irish people.
No, me and you.
Okay.
This is on us.
Specifically. And secondly, we wanted to say that we are hinting maybe a bit of promotion for Monday's show, because we will be announcing a piece of Patreon news on Monday's episode. So if you are in any way interested in that, I would tune in on Monday, because we've got some big reveals coming up for the Christmas time.
Got some huge news, guys. You're really going to want to listen to it. Especially
pregnant.
You, Connor. What? Is it mine?
No.
Oh, good.
It's your evil twins, Horatio.
Oh, it's me with a second beard?
Yeah, a second beard on top of the beard, but the one on top of the beard is slightly smaller. It's like a little moustache.
Oh, that would be confusing and unsettling. Yeah. God, he's evil.
So, we're starting Weird News Wednesdays this week, Sean, in Georgia. A place that has been in the news a lot over the last week, but this is not for anything to do with that kind of stuff. Because I have Georgia woman claims to be an FBI agent, demands free Chick-fil-A, police say.
And now this doesn't seem within the scope of your typical FBI agent activities. Because in my head, an FBI agent is someone who tracks down like international criminals, a James Bond type, with gadgets, and presumably access to very fine food. Not Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but what if the FBI agent is out on the prowl? What if you're away from the FBI headquarters, you decide, maybe I need a little bit of a Chick-fil-A to keep me going, just to pick me up.
Gotta fuel this specimen of a body I have.
So a Georgia woman purported to be an FBI agent Thursday in a ruse to get free food from a Chick-fil-A restaurant. Rockmart police said Kimberly George Ragsdale, 47, told restaurant workers she was a federal agent and demanded free food while punching the counter. So far, it makes sense.
It's like, you don't understand, damn it.
I need it now! Saddam Hussein is somewhere out there, and I need Chick-fil-A!
Connor, I have some news for you about Saddam Hussein.
What's he up to these days?
Not much.
So, Ragsdale had attempted to get free food from the restaurant several other times over the last week, even threatening to arrest employees who did not comply.
Right, okay. Because I was going to say, if this was the first time,
no,
maybe she's just chancing her arm. Now she's chancing her arm, but she's also being thick about it. Because they definitely remember her.
But if you come in and you say, I'm an FBI agent, and they're like, alright, come on, get out of here. But then you come in again, and you're like, no, seriously, I'm an FBI agent. They might believe you more the second time. Third time, they might think, she's being very persistent. Maybe she actually is an FBI agent.
Look, there's something to be said for sticking to your story. But I think it waters down the seriousness of saying I'm an FBI agent.
And I need it right now.
Yeah, I need it right now. And every time they deny you this request, nothing happened. There's no repercussions for you.
Oh, you'll see. The whole government is going to be here. Any minute now. We'll just wait together. While we wait,
I would
do you want
imagine.
to give me some free food?
Sorry.
Yeah?
Free food? Free food? I would imagine an FBI agent is fairly well paid.
Paid enough to not need free food.
Yeah, like, sure, there must be the equivalent of the Eurosaver menu for Chick-fil-A.
Even then, like, just get some chips or something.
Just get a few packets of ketchup.
Oh, yeah, you're flying it. Sugary. So, Ragsdale was arrested and charged with impersonating a public officer. As she was being taken into custody, Ragsdale started talking into her shirt, pretending her radio was there.
Take the shot. Take the shot.
Saying that she was being arrested and to send someone to the Rockmart police station, investigators said.
And weirdly enough, someone showed up.
You're not going to believe this. She's talking into her shirt. You're not going to believe this, but they're arresting me. Come down to the station in Rockmart. These fools have arrested the greatest FBI agent this country has ever seen.
Like, the only way this story could be improved, Connor, is if you then told me that an FBI agent showed up at the police station and she was right all along.
6 of them were there, all lined up with briefcases. We got here as soon as we could.
Chief, we're sorry.
President! President Ragsdale, we're sorry!
That's amazing.
She also started pointing at nearby roofs and shouting at snipers to hold their shot as she sorted this out.
She is committing to this and I love it.
Like, at what point do you just be like, right, you got me?
Yeah, there must be there's a point where if the snipers didn't convince them,
yeah,
nothing will, surely. Unless she pulled out some really personal shit that she knew about each of the arresting officers' families. And
Susan doesn't even love you, Mike. She hates your cooking.
It's like, I have 4 officers surveying little Billy at football practice right now.
Be an awful shame if little Billy had no legs when he came home, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Mike?
I mean, it would, certainly.
Also, my son's called John.
Who's Billy?
And they're calling the radio, protect all Billies for next hour.
Find all the Billies.
I that she's talking into her shirt, pretending a radio was there, and then they must be like, yeah, and then she's like, hang on, and then she's pointing at different rooftops. Lads, hold your shots. I know you want to shoot them because I am your leader, but don't do it. These people are just merely doing their jobs. These humble citizens.
They know not what they do.
I could kill everyone here if I just give one finger up. Just point and you'll be gone. Yeah, alright.
Now, do you think if she went full Navy SEAL and held up her hand, like, outstretched fingers, and then suddenly clenched her fist and pulled down, do you think people would wince?
I think so. I think she walked out with like a horn. She went, "Ooh," and all the snipers came from everywhere.
They just pop out of the bushes.
Just like, what? Is that President Ragsdale again? She needs more food.
That, like, surely you would exercise your FBI abilities in places other than the same fast food establishment every time.
Try somewhere else. Like, try a Burger King.
Try a McDonald's. They don't give a shit.
They could not give less of a shit. They'll give you food. Should cost €1.
Cost €1.
So Dave also came out to say that legitimate officers would never demand free food, and to everyone in the public to keep in mind this fact.
If you need to remember one thing about FBI officers, they're well fed.
They're well fed, and they definitely won't shoot you. I promise. So we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is this getaway car was easy to spot, Sean, Oregon cops say, as it had a sofa on the top of the car.
Is this the Beverly Hillbillies?
So deputies responding to an armed robbery Tuesday morning at an Oregon hardware store didn't have to go far to find the getaway car. It was the dark-coloured Mazda CX-9, a great Mazda, I can only assume.
Oh, the CX-9.
Yeah,
lovely.
that's much better than the CX-8. With a black sofa strapped on top. The county sheriff's office wrote in the news report. Deputies spotted the car near the Ace Hardware in Happy Valley, then gave chase when the driver refused to pull over, the release says. They pursued the car, still carrying the sofa, north on Interstate 205, Great Interstate. Officials wrote, they lost the car for several minutes in the traffic at one point, but they say actually, how do you lose a car that has a sofa on the top of it?
In traffic? Because presumably the sofa car was also stuck in traffic.
Yeah, but they say that they spotted it again trying to hide in a parking lot soon after.
When trying to hide, did they remove the sofa from the car?
No!
I'd love the idea. What if they saw they were being tailed, they pulled into the parking lot, screamed into a parking space, and just got out and did all the usual stuff that they do in crime movies, like they changed the plates, they put tint on the windows.
They repainted it.
They spray it down. They somehow pit crew and change all the tyres. And then all at once, three of them all look up at the sofa and say, no, it's probably fine.
No, they take the sofa down and put a different coloured sofa on top. They'll never know.
The perfect crime.
The perfect crime doesn't exist until it does now. And then they're just like sitting in the car like, get your breath back. Fuck, that was a close one. They nearly caught us. Well, don't worry, they'll never catch us in this parking lot. Oh wait, no! We forgot the couch!
We're trapped like rats in a couch.
After this, they gave chase once again. The driver finally stopped the car and dashed away on foot, running through several stores, but was quickly caught straight after.
Right. Now, what did he give a reason for why he had a sofa on the roof of the car?
It was responding to an armed robbery.
What? Oh, wait. But why my question still stands. Why the sofa?
So, he was going to the armed robbery, right? And he's like, I really want to commit a robbery today, but I also want to deliver this couch to my friend Susan. And so, you're in a difficult situation where you're like, kill two birds with one stone, sure I'll pop over afterwards.
Oh, sure, Susan's on the way home from the robbery.
She's on the way home. So he's like, I'll go commit the crime at 11 o'clock. I told her I'd be there at 12 to give her off the sofa. It's perfect timing.
Do you think it, assume, let's say this criminal had a crew and they had spent weeks planning this job. Do you think they walked in one morning and was just like, there's been a change of plans, guys. I gotta deliver a sofa on the way.
I'm not around at 12 anymore. Guys, I have plans.
I have plans. And they go, and then they switch around the blackboard and all of the maps are up on the one side of it.
No, it's like an Ocean's 11. George Clooney's like, what? He's like, sorry man, I gotta deliver a sofa. Yeah. I know you're gonna ask questions, but I mean, she's so fucking naggy. If I do not deliver this, she will be at me for weeks.
More like sofa king naggy. Right,
oh,
right. Am I right,
right,
George? George, you like that one?
George, you love coffee. I know you do that, but do you like puds? I'd say you fucking do. I'd say you do.
I'd say you do indeed. So, the robbery. Look, they caught them for doing the robbery. So
yeah, because they commit the robbery. And then, as they run back out to the getaway car that has a sofa on top of it, someone rings the police and is like, "There's 3 armed robbers in that car with a sofa on top of it." And so
all according to plan so far.
All according to plan so far, because they knew they were changing the sofa later on, so it didn't really matter. But
they were secure in their sofa needs.
They were like, "Come on now, don't embarrass us with this kind of news." But yeah, so they drive off, the police find them, they somehow get away in traffic, which is about 1,000,000 to 1 odds, and then decide to not immediately get rid of the sofa upon getting away for 5 seconds.
Do you think it was like full of drugs or something, this sofa?
I know, I think it's funnier if it's not.
If it's just a regular sofa?
Yeah.
When in the chase, was anyone on the sofa?
No. Imagine someone's just sitting there, legs crossed, just like arms crossed, legs crossed, just sitting there going, when will this be fucking over?
Yeah, and then like eventually it would turn into a wacky races kind of scenario.
I think you're thinking of wacky races rather than real life.
Oh, not for the first time, let's be honest.
Back to the board, Sean. Look back up the board there now. What is wacky races? What is real life?
Look, I failed several driving tests, okay?
You kept calling them Muttley. Come on, Muttley, into the car.
I showed up dressed as Dick Dastardly.
With your little scarf and your hat. And they're just like, immediately, fail. Fuck off.
Fail, he's clearly a villain.
He's clearly a vaudevillain. Absolutely. So we're going to move on to our next piece of news. Now, we have had many weird marriages on the show, Sean. Many of them.
That's true.
We've had men who have married holograms. We've had women who've married a duvet. We've had
a possessed ghost doll.
A possessed ghost doll. A woman who's married a ghost pirate. But now, we've never had somebody marry something that was... Wait, no. We've never had someone marry themselves until now.
Oh.
Yes.
Somehow stranger than most of the other ones we've had.
Man marries himself after fiancé breaks up with him.
Okay. Right, the pieces are coming together.
Doctors Diogo Rabello and Vitor Bueno got engaged last November and had a fancy wedding planned for last month. However, after a series of arguments over the summer, Vitor left Diogo in August. Typically, in such an unfortunate scenario, the uncoupled couple then have to go through the painful process of calling off the wedding. But Diogo decided the big day would go ahead as planned, except instead of marrying Vitor, he would marry himself.
You know what? There's a man he's just in it for the sesh. You know, he wants a big get together, all his friends and family there. And I know they probably haven't seen each other in a while. You know, distancing and all that. So what better reason than a wedding?
Once the breakup occurs, you have to ask yourself one very simple question. Do I want to get him back, or do I want a big sesh? And I'd love a big drinking session at the same time, like.
God, I'm mad for a pint.
I'm mad for... Like, I loved him, but I'm mad for a few scoops. You know how it is?
Yeah, like... At what point does it be like, okay, look, there's not going to be the wedding that everyone had planned, but we could just have a big party.
Yeah, so last week, the 33-year-old tied the knot with himself at a resort. The special day cost him $47,000. And 40 of the original invitees attended. Surprise, surprise, Vitor's lot did not show up.
Really? I wonder why.
Imagine his parents were there like, where the fuck is he?
What was this? Imagine he didn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
He was just like, no, that's what's happening now.
So 40 people turned up to this wedding that cost nearly 50 grand for one man to marry himself.
He must be loaded, first of all. But second of all, that is commitment to a bit.
Yeah. That is, how much does comedy cost? 50 grand, apparently.
Oh, God, that's why this show isn't very funny.
Absolutely. I have to buy jokes.
You keep buying all these joke books, but you need fresh material, buddy.
So, Diogo, who specialises in cosmetic procedures, such as Botox and facial fillers, okay, that makes sense. Okay, now we know where the money's coming from. Said, today is one of the happiest days of my life, as I'm with the people I love the most in this life, celebrating what could be a tragedy.
You know what, that's a nice way of looking at it.
But 50 grand, Sean!
I was just going to say 50 grand. Come on. Go to the park.
Yeah. Even go to, like, a nice field, but, like, a lovely nature area or something, like, with, like, a nice view, maybe, and have, like, a little ceremony there. But no, 50 grand for a resort.
You could go just camping. Camping. Everyone bring a bag of cans. You'll have a great time.
In a field? Nobody's ever had non-fun. Nobody's had no fun in with some cans in a field. Nobody.
That's some of the best fun you can have.
If you're 15.
No, it's not cans at that point. It's a 2 litre of cider.
So, footage from the big day in which he says "I do" to himself in a mirror has gone viral.
I was thinking he was going to, like, say "I do" and then quickly switch places and then say "I do" again.
Yeah, and he's like cutting the cake, but he's pretending to like cut with his right and left hand, and he's holding his own hand. He's
got 2 different sleeves on, so the pictures look different.
Oh, he has half a suit and another half of a suit.
Oh, he keeps turning. He has half a wig on.
Oh shit! You could do so much.
Yeah, look, if we were to marry ourselves, it would be a performance.
Which, if we keep this up, if this show goes any longer, that could lead to that, yes.
Oh, there's no other option at that point. Now, what I'm curious about is, does this have any, like, legal standing? Is he is he legally married to himself? Or is it just a bit of fun?
But weirdly, I think we're all married to ourselves. Like, all the time.
Well, alright, Jaden Smith, what's going on here?
No, I mean in terms of, like, people get married so that, like, both of their names are on, say, like, a mortgage or something. Like, it's like to bring you together kind of thing, right?
The romance of that sentence.
You know what I mean, right? But, like, you know what I mean? I mean, like, in legal terms. You asked me legally, so I'm saying legally, like, people would do that so that they are, like, in it together. But technically, you're always in it together with yourself. So, if your name has gone down, you don't need a piece of paper to say, now you're more powerful. You still just have your name.
That is true. Like, is there anything to be, like, what's something you can only apply for when you're married?
A wedding ring?
You could buy a wedding ring if you want. It's a bit odd. It's a bit over-prepared.
Yeah.
Now, look, I asked that question with no funny answer of my own. So...
So what you're saying is it was a bit of a setup?
It was a bit, but now what I did there is that I started the car running and superglued the accelerator to the floor. You were in the passenger seat and I jumped out.
But I have a follow-up question, Sean.
Go ahead.
What do you do when the love dies in a relationship?
Did I not mention cans in a field earlier?
I was trying to pick the saddest topic.
Well, at a certain point you just call it and say, had a good run?
Just
move on.
The romance of that sentence.
You look at your watch, you get a referee's whistle, you blow it and go, that's time. And
we're definitely going to have to marry ourselves if we keep this up.
Oh, but then how will we put our names on a mortgage or whatever you said?
Or whatever. Just wave of a hand or whatever. Speaking to Globo, Diogo said, I analysed the situation for a month and decided that I had to appreciate and love myself. So I kept the ceremony and 40 of my 50 guests came.
10 people were not having it.
No, they were like, fuck that.
Now, surely you could have that realisation without then proceeding to spend 50 grand.
Yeah. I think that's where we will turn on it. I think if this was just a situation where a guy married himself, I mean, it's cute, and it's just a bit of like, he's trying to win the breakup. I'm okay with that. But to go from that to spending 50 grand to win a breakup seems like a lot of money.
It seemed, yeah. Like, the thing is that like mantra of like, oh, love yourself. Like, everyone knows that as well. Like, and look, no, that sounds really bad. Okay.
So you should hate yourself, guys.
Look, everyone has heard that saying. To actually apply it to your life, that's a whole other different thing of learning and processing and realising.
I have live, laugh, love tattooed on my fucking chest, so you better be careful what you're saying here, Shaun.
Okay, well, you should love yourself, but also, like...
Live and laugh?
Live and laugh, if you can. Eat, pray, that's another one you should do.
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one. Love, actually...
crazy stupid,
pretty good, but all good options. I have them all on my back.
Jeez. The tattoo artist is there as we speak.
His wrist is just fucking sore. Fucking hell.
But I feel like most people who finally realise that, and finally realise that they're the only ones they have to love, and that's the only thing that will truly make them happy, then don't feel the need to go on and spend 50 grand to prove how okay you are.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to describe it. This is like, I'm definitely okay. Lads, I'm absolutely fine with it.
Yeah, like, I'm so happy right now.
Like, I could not be...
like, these are not the actions of someone who's entirely pleased with their situation.
Just look, if this makes him feel better, go on and do it. The 50 grand is really why this is in weird news, because that is a level of commitment I don't think I'll ever have.
Oh yeah, but bit. Like, to a bit, exactly. And fair enough, if this made him feel better. But if it was me in this situation, and I had committed that far,
yeah,
and I had spent the 50 grand, I'd have a great time, and then I'd go back to my hotel room, and I would sit on my own and think about what I'd just done. And that would destroy me. Comedy?
And you think I'm following this up with a bit?
Connor, the accelerator is down, for God's sake.
You put a brick there. I can just see you in the distance over the landscape. It's a dot.
And you just see like a canyon coming, and you do the Thelma and Louise thing with yourself.
So we're going to move on, Shaun, right, from this nonsense of a man marrying himself to,
okay.
I have, dine and dash woman flees through restaurant's air vent but crashes through ceiling.
Oh, God.
Yes.
This is someone who thought they were Mission Impossible when in reality they were Naked Gun.
Yeah. A woman who was trying to get away with not paying her bill in a posh Canadian restaurant came a cropper, that's a weird phrase, came a cropper after her escape plan took a dramatic wrong turn. I know at least some of the words in that sentence. The bizarre incident took place last week, but the video has been released today by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police as part of a campaign to give the public an insight into their work. The woman had ordered and eaten her meal, but then when the bill came, she'd stood up and slowly walked to the bathroom. However, her elaborate exit plan involved going to the ladies' loos and climbing to freedom through an air vent and then trying to get out into the alleyway beside the restaurant. the would-be dine-and-dash expert was still crawling around in the restaurant's ventilation system when the police officers arrived.
I'm fairly convinced there was nothing quiet about that escape either.
In her head, she's like, dun 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 dun, dun. And then all they can hear is clang, clang, clang. I think she's above us.
It's like a bull in a cymbal factory, is what it sounds like.
So, she has her meal, and she's like, the perfect crime. Gotta go to the bathroom, get into the vents, crawl through them. Then all I have to do is crawl on out of here, and then I'm away.
But she, neglecting to... she fell through the vent, is that what you're saying?
But not before they arrived, so they had time to arrive at the restaurant, which means she was in that vent for a long time.
Now, is that slow progress or a long vent? Is that what's the...
I can only assume
what's the factor that affects time?
Slow progress, I can only assume.
Okay. Somehow tiptoeing while crawling through the vents for extra stealth.
Ting, clang, clang, clang. Perfect.
The sounds of fine dining.
Yeah, she's like trying to recreate the sounds of a fork.
Just like, oh, that sounded like a champagne flute.
She turns into the guy from the police academy.
Just perfectly mimicking sounds.
The chef is like, wow, the restaurant's really popping tonight. I can basically hear it.
And so, now I like that they released this video to be like, this is the kind of stuff we do every day.
Yeah. However, while police and restaurant staff were still trying to decide how to deal with the trapped woman, the roof then collapsed inward and she fell through the ceiling, landing right at the feet of the stunned policemen.
It's like greased up groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah. Do you have any grease? Yes.
Then grease me up.
The fact that she landed right in front of them as well is just like...
Oh, that is like the comedy of the universe right there.
And she just like has to look up and be like, look, it wasn't me. I swear.
I know what this looks like.
None of this is my fault. I have to say that.
I have never done anything wrong ever.
I was in the bathroom and I ended up here somehow, accidentally.
On accident, you know? You know, yeah. Officer?
She's in handcuffs.
Officer.
Officer, you take me in for a statement, but then you're going to release me? Is that right, officer? Is that right? No?
Is this a deaf officer? Is that what's happening?
Do you and she starts signing it behind her back. Lucky I know sign language.
Signing officer over and over again.
So, the fact that this took place, what do you think her thought process was? At the start, she has to be full of confidence, thinking, I have this sussed. She must have scoped the place out, maybe for a few weeks. Then she's thinking, right, vent is there, I can climb through that. But halfway through it, the mood changes, is what I'll say.
Yeah, there's a point when she realised, I think she must have got stuck or something. And there's only one way out at that point, which is either ask for help or fall through the vent. So I guess there's two ways out, in a way.
Start chopping off limbs? 127 hours yourself out a vent?
Well, look, I'm not sure we should be using that as a verb, but... I admire where your mind is at. Like, ultimate survival, yeah.
That's how much she cared about that one meal. Fucking let's go.
It was a very good cheese toasty.
If you're going in there to rob it, make sure you order the biggest fuck off steak they have.
Oh yeah, like do some damage with your thievery, you know.
Yeah. So at that point she's like, right, I may call for help or make enough noise that somebody hears me and then calls the police.
Yeah, but like as soon as she didn't come back for that bill and they would have seen her go into the bathroom, they would have put two and two together. I would think.
Why is there a vent that's big enough for her to crawl into?
This is something I've often wondered about. How big are vents actually?
Because, I mean, movies have always told me they're fucking massive.
Oh yeah, like big enough for an action hero to clamber through.
Big enough for Die Hard.
big enough for Die Hard.
First name Die, second name Hard.
It's common knowledge, but like, but also that like the navigation in a vent is largely like if it's not on, if you're trying to escape, most vents would go up, surely.
Yeah, very few of them surely are horizontal.
Yeah, and if they're horizontal, it's just to get to a point where it's easier to go up. So you're trapping yourself.
I just think go for the window rather than the vent.
The window is always easier than the vent, unless you're 4 stories up.
Then go for the vent, which will make it even higher. Because it has to go up at some stage.
Well, once you reach a certain point, humans naturally learn how to glide, so you can just gently coast into freedom.
Who told you that?
Some skydiving instructor.
Science. Science.
It's just a feeling I have.
just a feeling. Okay, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is a thief, Shaun. A seafood thief. That is because the police search for seafood thief who fled on a small pink bike.
Interesting. Okay. What are we... is there... does he have, like, a name as a criminal yet? Is he, like, the...
Yes, he does.
Oh, really? Okay, what's his name?
The seafood swindler.
Seafood swindler. Pretty good.
And he's never telling the truth.
Oh, very good. I was thinking the Barracuda Bandit. But
that's good too, actually.
Well, I like the seafood swindler. It implies a level of trickery.
Yeah, and when you hear the trickery, there's not really a lot of trickery. It's very by the book, this robbery.
Oh, it's a classic robber. Okay.
Yeah. The Manheim Township Police Department is searching for a man who they say stole hundreds of dollars worth of seafood from a local grocery store. Police said a man entered the giant food store on Columbus Avenue around 2 p.m. He is said to have strolled around the store, putting more and more seafood into his cart until he decided to make a run for it. The seafood swindler is then seen in surveillance footage, exiting the store with a shopping cart full of seafood, which police say is valued at nearly $700.
Jesus.
That's a lot of seafood.
Or one very good piece of seafood.
Just a big, massive trout.
Like an actual just caught trout.
No, he's got a whale. I did it.
Just in the cart, like in the little seat that you put a baby into.
He's like throwing cups of water on it.
It's like, I got you, buddy. It's like that scene from The Boys.
Yes. If anyone hasn't seen The Boys, go watch The Boys. It's very, very good. So he's seen to be looking around. So he exits the store with nearly $700 worth of seafood in a trolley. He's rolling it. Then he's seen to be looking around, and then he decides to make several phone calls until finally starting his getaway.
Oh, so he's not in a hurry, this swindler.
He has admin to deal with.
He needs a buyer for all this fish.
Here, I'm after getting a massive fucking whale. Do you want to buy a whale?
Now, whereabouts was this again? What part of the world?
Manheim. I don't know where that is.
Basically, my question is, how hot is it outside? Mannheim is in Germany.
Well, to be fair, it wouldn't be that hot anyway because it's November, unless it's in Australia.
Well, look, it might have been Australia. Neither of us knew, you know.
Yeah. And so, who do you think he was calling during this?
Oh, Aquaman. Yeah, that's what I'll go with. Yeah.
I've got your buddies. This is a hostage situation. You want to give me the money?
I've rescued them from one situation and put them in another.
Hello, is that Jason Momoa? I'm here to talk business.
Do you think that the black market for sushi would be big in Germany?
I don't think this is in Germany. I got the impression this was in America, by the way.
Oh, fuck, I'm going to Google Mannheim, America, then. How about
Mannheim, America. I guarantee there's one in America.
America. Look, the next suggestion was American football, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You were thinking of Berlin. That's what you were thinking of.
No. The Wikipedia page for Mannheim is the German one. Mannheim. No.
Yeah. Well, I can only go by this because the dollars are the currency they use to say how much the fish is valued. They also said it's on 136 Columba Avenue in Lancaster Township.
Lancaster?
No.
No,
like New England is a place in America as well.
In England, is it? Oh, very good.
Come on, stop.
It's in Pennsylvania.
Okay, that's fair enough. Also another place in the news this week, but this man stole $700 worth of fish, then makes several phone calls before starting his getaway, which I think implies a level of confidence that I can only strive for.
This is true. Now, would you like to know a fact about Mannheim, Pennsylvania?
No. So he is seeing...
The population was 4,858.
4,857 when they arrest him, but the FBI comes and takes this guy away.
Well, they're too busy at Chick-fil-A, Connor, come on.
That's it. He is seen running into the alley beside the store and comes back out moments later with a small pink bicycle. The man then begins cycling away with the loot, according to the police.
The loot's still in the trolley?
Yeah, I think he must be just cycling with the loot in a trolley beside him.
That's Your weight is entirely different then.
Unless he has a little red wagon.
Do not tell me this man has $700 worth of fish in a red wagon being pulled behind a tiny pink bicycle. Do not do that to me.
It's colour clashed. I cannot confirm nor deny the appearance of the red wagon. I just know it surely would be easier than a trolley.
True. Now, if I was to, trolley if I was to cycle and use a trolley at the same time, I would try and hold the trolley in front of me while pedaling on the bike.
Oh, but you don't want to slow down because I would think to the side.
See, I think if I did it to the side, I would just be cycling in a circle.
That's a good point. Okay, what about behind?
I think behind is the weirdest one to do.
I just think it seems poor to bring the trolley with you.
Yeah, I would just run with the trolley.
Yeah, I'm sure he loves that little pink bike.
Is that his bike, or did he steal that?
Maybe it's stolen. It's a small child's pink bike.
What possessed him when he saw that? It was like, that's the getaway for me. If you have a trolley filled with what I assume is, a heavy amount of fish, being that it's $700, just find a downhill slope and jump on the back.
You seem to know an awful lot about this robbery.
Connor, if I was investigating this robbery, I'd be on a plane to Germany right now. Okay, let's not put anything on me that I don't deserve.
They're ringing you where are you? It's been a week. You do not want to know. I have been around Europe looking for you. I've got a
lead.
I'm in Paris on a lead. He's clearly from here. Don't question me, officer.
We caught him.
It's been 2 years.
That's what he wants you to think.
Yeah, I'm undercover undersea. I'm going to become friends with the fish, see what they know.
You're out there, seafood swindler.
Trying to talk underwater. I've drowned several times. They've resuscitated me. I'll get to the truth eventually.
Okay, I'm just going to let you do your thing because it's easier.
Okay, Shaun, we're going to have to move on from a man stealing a lot of fish, because Florida man, he's not going to let this week go past without making an appearance in some way or form. Okay,
but not shape.
Not shape. Florida man is made of vapour. Okay, so we're moving on. Confirmed. Florida man on spiritual journey steals deputy's cruiser and credit card.
Okay, what elements of the spiritual journey required this?
Well, you'll be amazed to find out. A 20-year-old man is in jail after stealing a county deputy's cruiser from the Gainesville Regional Airport on Thursday night. According to deputies, the video surveillance shows Duncan Smith leaving the airport in the vehicle around 8:30. 2 hours later, deputies were notified that Smith used a credit card that was in the stolen car in Columbia County. Deputies caught up with Smith in that county and arrested him. Deputies say Smith confessed to stealing the cruiser because, in his own words, he was on a spiritual journey and needed to find a way home.
Oh, so his journey is to get home, you say?
But spiritually, though.
Spiritually. To return to his spiritual home of Florida.
Yeah, well, you think that, but he stated, see, it wasn't just as simple as that, Shaun, because, I mean, come on. So he stated that he'd been talking to Jesus earlier on that morning, and he was informed that he needed to get home and perform some miracles before it was too late.
And did he go into any specifics about these miracles?
After he was asked where he had seen God's son, he replied with, "Where haven't I seen him, man?"
You know what? A good answer.
He's everywhere, is he not? So I've seen him everywhere.
He's within all of us, brother.
I love that. Shout out to the officer for trying to see logic in Florida man's thought process.
Well, that was his first mistake, let's be honest. Now, surely, Jesus could have rented him a car.
No, Jesus was busy. Jesus was busy at the house, being like, where is he? Fuck's sake. Come on, Duncan.
Is theft not a sin?
I mean, it is, but what if you're using theft to commit miracles? Cancels each other out.
Does it, though?
Yeah.
It'd want to be a good miracle, though. Because theft is one of the big 10, isn't it?
Yeah, but if you, rob someone but then give them a load of loaves and fishes, you're absolutely in their green, I think.
God, if only we knew of a man who had a surplus supply of fish right now.
Yeah, they're in cahoots. They have to be.
It's the only logical explanation.
And so he gets pulled over. The officer's like, where are you going? He says that he stole the cruiser, by the way, so he's driving a police cruiser. And
Sirens on, I imagine.
Sirens on, he's getting home quick. He has to perform a miracle. So they pull him, he's like, I gotta go home, officer, I don't have time to talk. I'm on duty at the minute, this is fucking embarrassing. I just forgot my suit. So they're like, right, why do you need to get home? Well, I need to get home to perform miracles, because Jesus told me to. I was talking to him this morning. And then they say, well, where did you see Jesus? Where haven't I seen him, man?
And that was all that officer needed. He let that man go scot-free.
He put on his sunglasses again. Off you go, son. Off you go.
Godspeed, son.
After being pushed on the matter.
No, I need to know.
No, seriously. I have to arrest you, but I need to fucking know your logic. After being pushed on the matter, he just kept repeating that he had a deal to honour and that those miracles couldn't be performed without him.
Do you think he's saying these like a badass? Like, I have a deal to honour. And then he puts on his sunglasses and the officer's just like, no, take them off.
It's 10:30 at night, man.
You're driving.
You're not going to be able to see. I know you're driving a deputy's car that you clearly stole, but even then, road safety has to be important.
Yeah, we'll get to all that.
Let's just start at the start here, right? So far, you're wearing sunglasses, it's pitch black. You've talked to Jesus, which I find fairly not believable, is what I'll say to you. And also, to top it off, you're driving my friend's car.
It has pictures of his children in the glove box.
They're my miracles. They're me.
But no. And he's not allowing that to happen.
Do a DNA test if you don't believe me. And the officer takes a second, fuck, maybe he is the father.
And then the officer's like, no.
Wait, no, obviously not. What do you think of Florida Man? Do you think there were miracles to commit, or do you think Florida Man may have been coming up with a story to just kind of do what he wants?
I think Florida Man fully believed everything he was saying, but that also could be the problem.
Yeah, because he was probably on a lot of meth.
It's usually meth, to be fair. Now, I don't want to put that on the man. It could have been some other form of drug or intoxicant.
Well, he was charged with burglary, larceny, and vehicular theft, which means they didn't actually find any drugs on him, which means this was him without drugs.
So he's completely innocent.
I was telling the truth.
Winks at the camera.
So we're going to move on to our next piece of weird news, and this is Florida Man again. Florida Man, he has had a big week this week, and why this headline works for me is because you will know exactly what I'm going to say in the second half after I say the first line. And this is, someone questioned Florida Man's penis size. What happened next, Sean?
Did he pull out his penis?
No, he pulled out a gun.
Oh! Okay. Which he calls the penis.
This is what I call Dickie McDickerson, and you're fucked.
He's going to blow you away.
A Florida Keys man was jailed on Halloween night. So this is 2 weeks ago. After police said he threatened a man with a handgun while in his Jeep on Duval Street. The reason for the gun flash? Someone questioned the size of the driver's penis after he revved the Jeep's engine, according to the police report. Dustin Allen Coons, 21, who was listed in the police report as a student living in Ramrod Key, was arrested on felony charges of aggravated assault, carrying a concealed weapon, and dealing in stolen property. He was also arrested on a misdemeanor charge of driving without a valid driver's licence. So, what happened? Toby Keaton of Coral Springs told police that he was in his vehicle in front of Coons' Jeep when he heard Coons decide to start racing the engine behind him. So they're in traffic and he hears Coons revving the engine like fuck behind him.
Right. Classic move of a dickhead.
Keaton decided that he had had enough after several seconds and got out and approached Coons.
Several seconds.
Like, it had been 3 seconds. He was looking for a fight.
And so he gets out of the car and questions the size of his endowment.
Yeah, Keaton gets out of the car and he decides, I'm going to question Florida Man. So he gets out and he approaches Coons and asks him why he was revving the fucking car, why he was doing it. In response, Coons began swearing at Keaton. Keaton began calmly asking him repeatedly if he needed a microscope to see his penis.
Ooh, classic move.
I like the calmly in there.
Oh, just very relaxed about the whole thing.
Yeah. Like, Florida Man is like, being like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can rev my engine if I want to. Do you need a microscope to see your penis? Do you need a microscope to see your penis?
Now, while it's a good tactic, I do feel that had he peppered in some other insults, it might have had a different result. The fact that he was repeating the same one, it makes it seem like he only knew one insult.
What would you pepper in to say?
Oh, like I would. Not only would I question the size of his penis, I would question the size of his heart. Saying, "Sir, are you emotionally stunted?
Do you have too much cholesterol? You should get that checked. You could be in a situation where a heart attack is right around the corner, sir."
Heart disease is very prevalent in men of your age and lifestyle.
How big are your feet? Do you have trouble finding shoes? That seems like an average size. Fair
Does
play.
osteoporosis run in your family, sir?
Just start asking him random health questions.
Just and then you're in his head. Then you're confusing him.
How did your granddad on your mother's side pass away, if I have to ask?
If I may be so bold.
Was it from any disease? Is that passable on? Just in case.
It's just like, now, is there a history in your family, sir, of cancer?
Glaucoma. Do you have glaucoma?
Because at that point, you're in their head and they're like, am I in a fit state to fight this man?
Fuck, health and safety. It's like I'd fail the medical for this UFC fight.
It's like, maybe I am concussed, you know? I didn't think about it. But
maybe my leg is broken. I think it feels fine, but I mean, this man seems to know an awful lot.
I mean, look, early onset dementia. That is a lot to take in.
He's like hitting them with really serious shit. Yeah. Just like saying, well, have you gotten yourself checked for all this stuff? Like, it's really bad these days.
Also, you have a tiny penis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck you! So, Keaton began calmly asking him repeatedly if he needed a microscope to see his penis. Coons is said to have gotten increasingly agitated with the question until he pulled out a 9mm Smith & Wesson handgun, Keaton said.
Coons said, wow, only 9mm, huh?
No, yeah, Keaton. Keaton was like, well, it's not that great. Coons held the gun sideways while pointing it in his direction, Keaton said. He repeatedly informed Keaton that he had a well-sized area below his belt, and he kept stating that he could ring his girlfriend if he didn't believe him.
She'll tell you.
I swear! Promise! I had a girlfriend in the holidays. You wouldn't know her.
I was just going to say, yeah, she doesn't have Facebook.
She doesn't have Facebook. You wouldn't know her, right? But she says I'm really big.
I'm the biggest and the best.
And
I have perfect dental care.
I'm having sex with her right now.
Oh!
Figure that out. She's at home.
I like the detail that he held the gun sideways like a cool guy.
Oh, so that makes it, yeah, that's how you know he's serious.
Yeah, like that's the indication of someone who's not to be messed with.
Indeed. Yeah, I think Florida Man, I think he's revving behind this man's car, but I don't know if you turn around and you start questioning his dick size straight off the bat.
No, like, look, people in cars are mental. Anyone driving a car, just assume that they'll kill you. Because
Anyone not driving a car. Anyone not driving a car, assume they'll also kill you. Live in fear.
Live in fear, never leave your house.
Never leave. That's what I say.
That's it. And surprise, we started this whole pandemic so that we could stay at home.
Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. We did not. I just want to say that legally.
Do you think anyone thought we did?
Imagine somebody sending an email. Oh wait, actually, they said they didn't. That's how
you get clout, though, isn't it? Like you start a pandemic.
Do you think? Yeah, someone's like, oh fuck, I want to be big on TikTok. Hang on, what can I do?
Fucking look at Spanish flu. Now it's one of the biggest holiday destinations in the world.
Do you think Spain did that on purpose? I'm saying there's some evidence.
It's in the name. No one expects.
It's in the tip. It's not called the Irish flu. So I'm just saying.
Go to Spain once all this is over.
There's raid string everywhere.
Look, okay, I'll agree with you, Connor. We didn't start this.
We didn't start. No, I'm not.
It was always burning.
So we're finishing off weird news this week with Florida man arrested after meltdown because there was no lettuce in his checker sandwich.
What's a checker sandwich?
I've no idea.
Okay, hang on. Checker sandwich. No lettuce in a sandwich is actually something I would get angry about.
I mean, angry enough to have a meltdown.
Oh, hang on a minute. A checker sandwich? From what it looks like is... Imagine a white bread sandwich, Connor. Okay?
Right. This is sandwich talk with Shaun.
Cut that into 9 little squares, right?
Right.
Then take a wholemeal bread sandwich. Cut that into 9 little squares. And then you're making a little checkerboard pattern with the 2 different colours of sandwiches.
Oh! That sounds very nice.
Or there's also a fast food brand called Checkers who have a sandwich called the Checker Sandwich.
Which one do you think I'm fucking talking about?
I mean, the Checker Sandwich does heavily feature lettuce.
You're wasting everyone's time talking about another sandwich. And underneath that Google search was the right answer.
Look, sometimes you have a club sandwich. Checkers
is a game you play.
Not to be confused with Chinese checkers, which doesn't contain squares.
So Henry Arc Cabero, 49, has been hit with misdemeanor and charges of disorderly conduct in an establishment, as well as resisting an officer without violence. For the incident late Wednesday, when he hit the windows of a Tampa Bay Checkers restaurant. A criminal complaint notes that the man was yelling and screaming at employees, who then had fear for their safety, because, as the authorities say, he was upset that the store had no more lettuce for their sandwiches.
Oh, so it wasn't like they singled him out and said, this lad's not getting lettuce. They literally ran out of lettuce.
They ran out of lettuce, so he was that upset about it. Cabero could be heard repeatedly telling everyone of the nutritional value of lettuce. and how not having it in the store would lead to hundreds of kids dying.
If they never had lettuce again, I'm sure those burgers would be slightly more unhealthy than they already are.
He's so mad, and he's just nutritional value of lettuce. How are you not all getting it?
It's crunchy, fresh, and delicious, guys.
He's grabbing people. Have I gone mad? Come on!
Did they say which checker sandwich he ordered?
No. Yeah, I think it's a checker sandwich. That's all I can give you.
That's fair. Well, they have one called the Mother Cruncher. And it looks to be chicken, then some bacon, then some more chicken, some barbecue sauce, and then some lettuce, Connor.
Yeah, but I think if you take the lettuce out of that, you're not losing the best bit of that sandwich.
No, but conversely, you're keeping the worst bit of that sandwich.
True, this is true. He then grabbed the store owner by his collar and began naming all of his favourite lettuces. until he got tired and had to sit down.
Iceberg, romaine.
And then he's like, fuck.
Give me a minute.
Let me Google search this. Oh, did you know there was a checkers game? Oh.
Here, you'll like this. You work in the checkers.
Yeah, you'll get this now. This is a good one. Cops arrived to the scene around 11:30 p.m. to find Cabero in his car, denying the allegations and refusing to identify himself. A trollman said Cabero, who was removed from his car, was uncooperative. He is said to have stated the officers should have a word with the store owner and denied him of not ruining a legitimate business.
Wow, these are high claims he's making.
Yeah, he's saying that's not a legitimate business because it doesn't have lettuce has nutritional value. I named at least 3 lettuces to him and he looked at me completely confused. I don't understand it.
He named 3 lettuces?
No, he didn't. He never said anything about lettuce, but I can only assume he got to 3 and then couldn't think of any more.
That's true, yeah. Now, I would argue it's still a legitimate business. It's just not. It may be a bit of false advertising, but also if the store runs out of lettuce, that's it. Just fucking deal with
it. What else can they do?
Just wait for it to grow, I guess.
Yeah, they have it growing outside. That's what fast food places do.
That's what Checkers is all about, man.
Do you work for Checkers now? Did you fill out a form while you were doing that?
Look, I ticked a few boxes, a few squares, a few checkerboards, if you will.
Yeah. If you will. I know I've been kinged.
They also have the mozzarella chicken, which is
good.
Chicken cheese, looks to be some kind of relish, another piece of fried chicken, and then some kind of mayo on top. Are
you their PR person now? I don't understand what's happening.
I've not had dinner yet.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Just like drooling. So Florida man, we all think he's a bad guy, but he's going to be after the lettuce as well. He wants nutritional things in his food.
He's watched Super Size Me twice. That's how much he cares about this.
Even the second Super Size Me, which is not as good.
I've not watched it. I feel it's worthless.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Ah, right. Well, The Boys is on Amazon Prime. You should watch The Boys.
Everybody watch The Boys. So, Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week of weird news. That really covered the whole ringer there.
Yeah. Do you want to take us out?
Yes, thank you everyone for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. We will be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesdays. Be sure to tune in on Monday because we have some, as Connor said up top, some special Christmas announcements that we want to make regarding our Patreon campaign, and Speaking of Patreon, we would like to thank all of our patrons who help make these episodes possible. Big thanks goes out to Waffles Williams, Ciara Lawler, David Clarke, Ed Ball, Joe Burney, Ray Ging, Roisin Hally, Ryan Evanson, Shaun Jamieson, Dominic, Jessiah Green and Anna Helmroos. So thank you all so much for your continued support. We really do appreciate it. If anyone listening would like to join those fine people, there's a link in the description, or it's patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. If you for $5 a month there, you get access to all our back catalogue of our movie review show Pelp, which is the Patreon exclusive Lazarus Pit. So there might be something there that you enjoy. We're on all of the social medias, they're all linked below, or you can email us heroesforhire_@outlook.com. But I think that's about it, Connor.
I think so. So I've been Ciara Lawler.
I've been Sean Meehan.
I'll see you next week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.